Alright, fair warning, I'm gonna cry in this video because this most recent chapter of One Piece was utterly fantastic, phenomenal, greatest chapter of the year. I don't know what tops this. Because, my god, I didn't know I needed this. We start off, so chapter 1133, we start off with a absolute brutal assault on my actual heart. I have never felt so angry reading a chapter. We see the destruction of Ohara again. We see Robin, an 8-year-old child, running for her life, alone, isolated, scared. We see this random Marine, I'm like, I don't know who this man is, telling a room full of reporters about how demon child, I've said before, anyone who calls Nico Robin a demon child without love in their heart and meaning it ironically because she's an angel who has done nothing wrong her entire life, says demon child Nico Robin killed these people. I hear their screams. Innocent civilian ship attacked along with the military ships. And I'm like, you horrible, horrible person. I thought it might be Doberman. I thought it might be Magma Bastard. Turns out it's Spandam's father, Spandam, Dale, Die. I don't care. I hate this man. I hate him so much, and it makes me hate his son even more. Oh my god. We see people wish death upon her, saying that she's a cold-eyed, heartless, no empathy killer, and she uses the appearance of a child to draw people in just so that she can cut their throat. Meanwhile, innocent, darling angel running, scared, crying, isolated, alone, cold, eating trash out of the garbage with stray dogs. And she's standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the water. She's got a devil fruit. She can't swim, even if she could survive the height of that fall. And saying, like, I don't want to go on. She is ready to end it, but she hears the voice of her mother begging her to live. She hears Saul's voice saying, I know it's going to be hard. It's unthinkable to ask this of you, but you have to go on. You have to survive. You will find friends. You will find people who love you someday, but right now, just survive. And that is what she does for her entire life until she meets the Straw Hats, because she can't trust anyone. Everyone is either betrays her, as we see in the past, even genuinely good people who tried to help her, eventually realize she is a burden to them and it's not worth going to war against the world government. We see them marching across islands looking for her, slandering her good name. And she takes a little atlas that she sees on the street and sees that they have erased Ohara, her home, her family, her history, everything from the map entirely. The island is gone, and she draws it back in. Like, how heartbreaking is that as she continues to run? She gets through it all by laughing, like Saul did, his laugh. She repeats it as she's crying through the tears. She will laugh. As people are wishing death upon her, she can only laugh and try to survive. All my heart and soul breaks for this child. And anger mostly in these opening panels. And then we are back into present day on the island, as if Oda has not just got me so upset in a couple pages, and you want me to go act like everything's normal now that we're in present day on on Elbath, and everything's happy again? You want me to just switch emotions like that? Fine. We're in present day. They have landed on the nice happy rainbow into a sky island cloud sea, and everyone's reunited. It's wonderful. The new giant pirates are coming in, and I think it's adorable that the cook is carrying the Sunny on his shoulders while they're rowing, and there's clouds on the end of the oars to have the ship flying. It's so sweet. I'm still angry, though. And everyone's reunited. Nami comments on Robin's hair. It's a delight. I'm thinking about how Robin was holding Bonnie, because Bonnie never had a childhood, but she's still 12. She has time to have a childhood. That childhood was robbed from Robin. She didn't get to be a child, and now she's protecting Bonnie. And I just can't. But then Oda throws something funny, because Road is being crucified for what he did, and it's just like, new giant pirates. There's 4 of us here. It's like, no, there's 5. Road, you are not welcome anymore. And Luffy is reunited with Hiruden, and he remembers his name. I'm just saying, Luffy does not remember anyone's names. He has a good enough time remembering names as I do, and that's not well. But to me, that means that Luffy has accepted Hiruden as a member of the Straw Hats, if not the crew, the extended crew of the fleet. He accepts that, even though he says he does not want subordinates, he accepts him as that, as such. We also get some world building with Lilith talking about how there's sky clouds, there's island clouds, there's Sabo bubbles, and all this other technology that should be confined to the one island exists naturally here, compared to Egghead, where it was like an artificial environment. This environment of Elbath is suitable for all these occurring things. Maven, I promise I've calmed down a little bit. Road, I already mentioned, was getting crucified. I think it's hilarious that they prop him up in front of the bar as if to say, you will watch us party, eat, and drink, and you are not invited. And, like, what worse punishment can there be in the One Piece world? So the crew is all excited because, yay, feast, party, food. They have a mountain of food, giant mountain of food. And Luffy's like, all right, let's go. And Robin just quietly says, hey, listen, you guys go on ahead. I haven't seen Saul in 22 years. I know he's here. I want to meet him. And everyone's just like, oh, well, we'll come too. No, I can go by myself. And my problem, besides the actual reunion, Luffy's telling Robin, no, I have to meet him. As the captain, I must thank whoever showed my crewmate kindness, whoever took care of my crewmate. It is my responsibility to thank them personally and properly. And my heart and soul, because one, Luffy turned down food to thank Saul for taking care of Robin, and I love that. But also, I'm reminded of Ace tracking down Shanks to thank him for protecting and caring for and inspiring Luffy all those years ago, and my actual heart and soul is breaking. I can't even. I forgot to mention, Gerd, the doctor, mentioned that she was friends with Linlin as a child, but Linlin, Big Mom, had done something that the people of Ohara had felt is unforgivable, and they mentioned that she heard that Luffy had taken down Big Mom, and I'm like, I'm taking note she said the people of Ohara deemed her crimes unforgivable, not that she could not forgive her for it. So I really want Big Mom to come back to the story. I feel her story's not complete until she has some kind of either final showdown, commits to being the villain, or has some kind of resolution with the Giants and she's accepted and forgiven. I need a moment with her and the Giants. But at the same time, I can see them being like, you know what? Murder and destruction, kind of hard to forgive that. But anyway, the crew goes with Robin, and they're going to the library school where Saul is teaching and studying the books of, I assume, the books from Ohara. And it's wonderful. It's a delight. And then I am immediately thinking back of what I have been wishing this entire time and the guilt upon me, because Giant comes running through like Saul has fallen down, he can't get back up, and I'm like, no. My darling angel girl Robin does not deserve a single second more of sadness. I need this reunion. I had said I want Saul to, I want him to die, so they had to go to the underworld to revive him, get his soul back, bring it back up. That's what I wanted them to go to the underworld. I will sacrifice my desire for them to go to the underworld if it means that Robin can have her reunion now. I need my girl to have Saul back. I need this reunion. Sanji's with me. He's like, this is 22 years in the making. No, it can't be delayed. Luffy's like, we've come all this way. Chopper's like, I'm a doctor. I will heal him right now. And I'm like, yes, Chopper, heal him right now. And Usopp's with me going, yes, Chopper, we're banking on you. Heal him. And Robin's like, guys, it's all right. Calm down. She just laughs, and they're like, hey, don't mock the injured or the sick. And Oda must have designed this to contrive an area with a beach on a tree in the sky in the middle of it to get a beach here, to recreate Robin and Saul's first meeting, and I'm all for it, because Saul, not knowing how to break the ice, and after all these years, how to just show up and introduce himself again and meet her, he decided the best course of action would be to just fall down, not tell anybody why he's laying down on the beach, half submerged in water, just laying in the sand, to recreate their first meeting. Robin goes up to him, hands behind her back, just standing and waiting as he jumps up and goes rawr and tries to scare her like he did when she was a child. And she's just smiling at him, and it's wonderful. And they're together and they're reunited, and I am so happy. He's just like, you didn't scare Easy as a kid either, and he picks her up and he's looking at her and they're reunited and he's saying she's grown up beautifully and she looks just like her mother, and I'm realizing no one would have ever complimented her in that kind of way. Like, Sanji's throwing out compliments left, right, and center all day, every day. But, like, no one had met her mother. Those who are alive that knows who she is says basically she's a criminal and a monster and out to destroy the world. They wouldn't call Robin beautiful. They wouldn't say she looks like her mother. Robin doesn't remember she looks like her mother. But Saul says that they have the same kind eyes, and I can't either. And they're talking about Vegapunk's message and how at the end of the day he was a true scientist. He didn't talk about good and evil, but he knew what was right, and he was carrying on the voice and the message of O'Hara, what the government had tried to stifle out, what they tried to bury, what they tried to burn and suppress and get rid of. He let the world hear it, and my heart, I can't take it, and I think it can't get any worse. And then Robin is crying, saying how much she missed him, but before that, he's talking about how the fire melted the ice, and Saul woke up, like, trying not to drown in the ocean, and it had eventually ended up on Elbath to heal, and I'm like, where were you? You hear? He says he heard the horrible things that people were saying about her, the lies, the slander. And why didn't he go find her? Is it because he's a criminal? Is it because he was injured? Because he would be hunted as a giant? He's easy to find? I don't know, but why didn't he go find her? Calming down. Personally, I think it has something to do with the idea of all those who visit Elbath do not linger here. Maybe if you're on the island for so long, and it took so long for Saul to recover that he cannot leave. If you're not born on Elbath, if you try to leave after acclimating to their environment, danger, death, something, when you leave, you're stuck here now. Don't know. But it's more likely, hey, you're injured, you're burned up, I think he has a peg leg. If you try to leave, they're going to recognize you and you're just going to be thrown in jail. You can't find her. Trust Robin to take care of herself. She's a strong kid. Maybe. I'm going with some bit Elbath. But it doesn't matter because Robin is just like, I don't want to dredge up these bad memories. I don't want to focus on the bad times. We're focusing on the good ones now, and I'm just so happy to see you. And they're crying and they're hugging, and it's wonderful. Sorry. First she's like, aren't you going to praise me for being alive, for surviving all these years? And he's like, yes, one girl, one 8-year-old child alone against the entire world, and you survived. I am so proud of you. And can you imagine that being all she ever wanted for someone? Because she didn't know why she had to survive. Her mother and Saul and everyone had told her, you have to survive, Robin. And eventually you will find friends who will never leave you. And she has found those friends. And now she gets to hear Saul praise her for being alive, for surviving the worst thing she has ever gone through. For all the heartache, the cold nights, everything. She survived it. He's proud of her, and she's found her friends, her family. They're out on adventures. There's happier times ahead, and it's all been worth it. And this is why she had to get through that darkness, why she had to survive. And they're just ugly crying together, saying, I missed you so much. The crew is crying. I'm crying. Luffy's laughing because he's seeing his friends reunited, and he'll thank Saul for taking care of her in a little bit. But my God, I love this chapter so very much. I'm serious. I will give up on my need for them to go to the underworld if Robin can keep just like happy endings, no more pain. I will take that instead. Because this chapter, my God, it broke me. It really did. But I am going to go with the idea of do not lingering here on Elbath being a reference to if you stay, you can't leave, maybe, because I'm just looking for an excuse for why Saul's not going to go with Robin. The excuse that's probably going to happen, or the reasoning, it'll be that he has important work to do studying the ancient texts, figuring out the Void Centering, continuing O'Hara's research. That makes sense. But it could also just be Oda doesn't want to draw the perspective thing of a giant on the sunny, because how is he even going to, he wouldn't even fit. But other explanation could be he physically can't leave because he's just been on the island too long. Other things, do we think Saul is the man with the burn scar? He does have the scars now from the ice. Maybe he sent people out to search for Robin. Maybe he did go looking for Robin and gained a reputation as the man with the burn scar. And when he found out she's with Luffy, and Luffy's a great guy, Shanks said so, he returned to returned to Elbath to continue the research. Personally, I don't want Saul to be the man with the burn scar. I want someone else. I want Davy Jones, so we can go to Davy Jones' locker, and that can be the underworld. But that's all I got. I'm done crying for the time being. Talk to you later. Bye.